November is Native American Heritage Month, and today we're going to look at an art form, weaving, that Native Americans use to make baskets, blankets, and clothing and other things. Let's start with the nearby tribe of Oneida. The Oneidas are noted for their basket work in the 1800s. When the fur trade was over, they needed new ways of subsisting. Basket making was one of them. Men cut and chopped the trees and made work and pack baskets, while women made fancier baskets. Designs that adorned many other baskets were either hand-painted or made by a potato stamp. To do this, they carved a design into a potato and then dipped it into paint or dye. The Oneidas employed painting methods more often. Chrome yellow, Spanish brown, indigo, opaque green, and peach pink were colors most used. Their basket making was influenced by the northeastern Algonquin, who were taken in by the Oneida. The Algonquin had a rich basket making tradition. Each group shared its own unique style, and together they created a new form of basket making. Today, Oneida artists still make baskets, and innovative art designs are still taking form. Oneida artists are teaching others this tradition, ensuring that the craft lives on for future generations. Now let's switch to a different type of weaving and talk about the Navajo people. They're from one of the two largest federally recognized tribes in the USA. They settled in the Four Corners region by the 16th century. The Navajo people were recognized as very skillful weavers, dexterously crafting pieces prized for their vivid patterns, durability, and all-around practicality. Here's the vertical loom, used by the Navajo in weaving blankets and rugs. Before the mid-17th century, a backstrap loom was used, also called a belt loom. The loom operated from sitting on the floor, and it was narrow and much smaller than the vertical loom. It couldn't be used to weave textile wider than 18 inches. The blankets were used in a wide variety of garments, including but not limited to dresses, saddle blankets, cloaks, night covers, or even as a door at the entrance of the home. I thought this study was kind of interesting. In 1973, Dine Community College estimated that it takes over 345 hours, or over 2 weeks of active time, to make and sell a blanket. 45 hours to shear the sheep, 24 hours to spin the wool, 60 hours to prep and dye the wool, 215 hours to weave, and 1 hour to sell. That is quite a time commitment. The information on the Oneida baskets is from OneidaIndianNation.com. The information about the Navajo blankets came from Heddles.com, the full history of Navajo blankets and rugs. Now let's make a connection to weaving that we can do in art class. Weaving has two main components, warp and weft. The warps are held stationary on a frame or loom, and the weft is the pieces that are drawn through or inserted over and under the warp. Artists can weave with paper, yarn, reed, or lots of other materials.